This interview is part of our Road to IGF series. You can find the rest by clicking here. What the golf? Is a golf game for people who hate golf, but love surprises. Just when players think they will be hitting a ball, they will hit houses, cars, and far more absurd things. Tim Garbos, creative director of the Excellence in Design nominated title, and the team at Triband sat down with Gamasutra to talk about how they found their useful hatred of golf, what aspects of golf they wanted to keep, and where they draw inspirations to make continual changes to the sport in humorous ways. I am Tim Garbos, the creative director at Triband. We are a small team, so we all do a bit of everything. Just today, I have been replacing 46 golf balls in the game's hub world, and did some minor adjustments to the speedboat ball. Exciting. The rest of the office is joining me in the answers. I should say hi from Rune, Peter, Lassie, and Morton. Well, I actually released my first commercial game 10 years ago. It flopped. For some of the other team members, this is their first commercial game. Rune from the team started making games because he accidentally joined the wrong house party and got introduced to game developers. He was supposed to join the party upstairs. The game started as a Dark Souls-inspired roguelike golf, and had the working title, Golf vs. Evil: The Dark Holes of Mini Golf. Not too long into development, we all knew that none of us loved the project. That's when we started working on the second golf game. It soon met the same destiny, and we quickly spent some time on a third and fourth golf game before giving up. That's when it hit us. We're on team like it. No one likes it. Since then, we have been trying to fix golf. It's hard work, and after 300 golf mechanics, I am no longer sure it's possible. We bought 2 cheap golf clubs, a baseball bat, and a used tennis racket. We lost the tennis racket in a fishing accident, but we still use the others for prototyping. For the production, we also used computers, keyboards, mice, and Unity. If we ever had any sense of what the traditional golf sport was about, I am certain we have lost it by now. Golf is a super distilled formula for most games. Get something from it to be. Sometimes that is a character. Sometimes it's a racing car, a bullet, or some other MacGuffin object. Golf is simple on the surface, and since everyone knows to get the ball from A to B, we can change everything else without explaining much. If there is a small white ball, people will believe that they are about to golf that ball. They are obviously wrong. You always hear people tell you to seek inspiration from your surroundings and culture. For this project, we have probably overdone it. We have started seeing golf mechanics in everything. You are reading some news about Brexit, and suddenly you are golfing the British Isles away from Europe. Next day, you are checking out the new Spider-Man game and bam, it's a golf game. You look at a car, but you do not see it. You just see a golf ball that keeps on rolling. You read upon traditional golf terms, and turn them into mini games. And at the end of the week, you throw most of it away, and ask yourself why you spend so much time on the Spider-Man level when you probably cannot include it. You consider naming it to your string person, but settle on webmaster. If you repeat a thing enough times, people start expecting the thing to happen. That's when you do the other thing. It's just a plain simple silly fun. Physics is a great tool for making unexpected situations and slapstick humor. You are not laughing at someone or at a clever joke. You are just having at United Nations. I want to give a shout out to all the wonderful people who helped us along the way, especially the label, who has been the most patient publisher ever, and everyone who helped us with our feed campaign, almost exactly 1 year ago. and wrote an article about how crazy it is to try to compete with Steam. So you want to compete with Steam? If you have not read that yet, give it a quick skim. Competing head-on with an entrenched market leader is called red ocean strategy, because it's like a feeding frenzy of sharks, all tearing each other apart to get at the same piece meat. Now, I am not saying nobody should compete against Steam. What I am saying is that taking on the top shark is fraught with peril, and nearly every company that's tried so far has repeated the same fatal mistakes. Steam has reigned supreme for over 15 years for a reason. But recent rumblings suggest things are about to change. My third annual developer survey suggests that developers apart from Valve's 30% share just hit an all-time low. This sentiment is consistent regardless of developer size, wealth, and geographic location. A few high-profile bugs and glitches have undermined many developers' confidence in Steam's discovery algorithms. Not being scrolled by the algorithm was listed as the #1 concern in my survey. Valve changed their revenue share, but only for games earning $10 m. AAA publishers including Activision, Ubisoft, and Bethesda have followed in the footsteps of VS Origin and Blizzard's battle, netting withholding their content from Steam in favor of platforms where they have more control. Yes, I know Activision and Blizzard are part of the same company. My point is Blizzard games have always been exclusive to Battle.net, but now we are starting to see Activision titles there as well. The new challengers are some quick personal disclosures. Each of these obviously biases me, rather than failing neutrality, or doubling down on my own opinion. I am trying to make my biases as transparent as possible here, and in my analysis below, I will do my best to consider things from perspectives other than my own. With that out of the way, let's take these four stores through their paces and see if they have learned from those who have tried and failed before. In American football, you do not win by gaining yards, you win by scoring points. Even if yards are how you get there. In the games business, victory points are measured in terms of sales and customers. Here's a list of fun things that should not be confused with victory points. These accomplishments can all be part of a balanced winning the game breakfast. But do not brag about your yards until you have made the touchdowns. Is all I am saying. Okay. So you need to sell some games. That means you need developers and publishers to sign up, so you can have something to sell. And then you need customers to show up and buy those games. Trouble is, these groups do not want the same things. As I said in stores versus developers versus customers versus publishers, it's far too easy for analysts like me to elevate one stakeholder's viewpoint above all others. In my social media bubble, the default point of view is that of developers, particularly indies. There's nothing wrong with this particular perspective. But you are here because you want to compete with Steam, and that means balancing all parties' interests while still looking out for your own. The blinders have to come off. Therefore, one criterion for judging each of the new Steam competitors is how well they appeal to each stakeholder group, not just to me as an individual. The Epic Games Store is backed by Epic Games, developer of not only the mega hit Fortnite, but also the long string of hits stretching back decades, from the more recent Gears of War and Unreal series, all the way back to Jackrabbit and Zite. From the dawn of PC gaming, these are the same folks who make the Unreal Engine, a general-purpose cross-platform game engine positioned as a high-octane rival to Unity 3D. Epic announced their store on December 4th.
2018
offering at 88 WLFTHS revenue share split across the board, regardless of earnings. Furthermore, Epic is waiving the normal 5% revenue share for Unreal Engine games sold through the Epic Store. They are also giving away a free game every 2 weeks on the service, and have secured exclusivity for many high-profile titles. And they own the 200 million strong Fortnite audience, which translates to some unknown number of registered Epic Games user accounts and client installs, but it's safe to say it's in the millions at absolute minimum. Epic is the clear heavyweight in this fight, with multiple beauty advantages and truckloads of money. They are not to be underestimated. After years of rumors, Discord announced a closed beta of their own game store on August 9,
2018,
which launched publicly on October 16.